You hate the way you look, so you decide to work out, but you don't know where to start. Here's a full guide to get jacked. And here's how I grew mine by 5 inches. There are 3 criteria: height, breadth, and thickness. What's the difference between breadth and thickness? Shit, I don't know, bro. Your arm has mainly 2 parts: biceps, that gives height and thickness. No, not that kind of thick. Yo, editor, what do I pay you for? It doesn't pay me anything. And triceps gives breadth. Now, why do you have small arms? No, it isn't because of your chicken leg calves. It is because you don't train your arms correctly. To get bigger biceps, you need to take steroids. You don't need to do pelican or spider or cockroach curls. I actually don't know how to act this one. If you don't have access to a gym, do easy bar curls or dumbbell curls and close grip chin-ups. Use proper form, not like this guy. Avoid using momentum as you want to keep the tension in the biceps, not your right hamstring. If you have access to a gym, do Bayesian cable curls as the stretch maximizes gains, and close grip lat pull downs. Now, to grow your triceps, every day you need to eat a pound of creatine. The triceps has 3 heads: the lateral, medial, and the long head. The lateral and long head of your triceps contribute most to size. Most tricep exercises you'd see hit all heads, but to maximize growth, incorporate isolation movements that bias specific heads in addition to compound movements. This way, once you have worn out that muscle, you can push it further with compound movements. Make sure to like the video if you're liking it so far. So which exercises to pick? Any overhead tricep movement could be both arm, single arm, or no arm. Everything works. Even lying tricep extension, as it targets the long head. And a tricep push down or diamond push-ups. Do 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps to failure. For your lateral head, you can do single arm tricep push downs or try tiger push-ups or Ds, whatever they're called. As your lateral head extends your elbow. To finish things, do dips. These hit all heads of the triceps, but you have to make changes. Take a narrow stance and tilt your body upright. Go straight down and up to use triceps and not your chest. Alright, now for the leg day. Guys, did you hear that? Those chicken legs of yours are a disgrace to Tom Platts. So here's how you're gonna grow them. Do 3 sets of Smith machine squats with full range of motion. If I see you doing more than 3 sets of Smith machine squats, this is the last thing you'll see. Use a small plate to elevate yourself. This helps maintain balance when you're going deep with squats. If you don't have access to a gym, do sissy squats or single leg squats. For all of these, do warm up for your knees to avoid pain and injury. Then, do 3 sets of leg extensions or another set of squats if you can't do leg extensions. For hamstrings, do 3 sets of seated hamstring curls and 2 sets of RDLs or 3 sets of Nordic curls. Getting a V-taper is easy, but your physique looks like the capital I because you're making one of 3 mistakes that are killing your width. The first mistake is that you're training wrong. Big arms don't give a V-taper. Instead, prioritize your shoulders and your lats. Broad shoulders give an illusion that your waist is smaller, giving the V shape. Now, you can't alter your bones, so you must grow your delts. Here's how to get bigger delts. Start at rear delts. Most people neglect the rear delts, and you can clearly see which shoulder looks better. Rear delts are pretty stimulated from any pulling movement, but if you actually want to grow your delts, then do 3 sets of rear delt flies for 6 to 10 reps and imagine you're trying to sweep up as much money as you can. Next, train your front delts. These give a fuller look to the front, connecting with the chest. Do overhead dumbbell press for 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Keep a 45-degree angle and have a stable place to do them. Now, train your side delts. To minimize momentum and ensure that you use your side delts and not your traps, lean slightly forward and keep your arms slightly towards the front. Do these for 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Remember that your delts are small. Now your lats taper from your shoulders to your waist, giving the V taper. For the lats, don't overcomplicate it. Pull-ups are the only lat exercise you truly need, but add dumbbell rows for lat thickness. Use your surroundings to stabilize yourself and progressively add more weight. You've been spamming push-ups, but your chest still looks deflated because you're making these 3 mistakes. You're training your chest wrong. Your chest won't look aesthetic unless you grow your upper chest. Your upper chest connects with your front delts, giving it a fuller look, but upper chest is notoriously hard to grow. So, always start your workouts with an upper chest exercise. You could do decline push-ups or incline bench. Any variation goes. Make sure to go deep in the rep and use something to elevate yourself while doing deficit push-ups for more range of motion. Also, remember to control the negative part of the rep as you actually make more gains in the negative than the positive of a rep. Do 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps. You don't pull enough with your chest. If you want to maximize your chest gains, avoid doing only pushing movements. Incorporate pulling movements in your workout, which is weird to think at first, but this is why we do chest flies. They isolate your chest and provide load under stretch. Do 2 sets of 6 to 10 reps. If you can't do chest flies, do isometric. Extend your arm and stretch your chest for 20 to 30 seconds after every set of a chest exercise. You're missing out on one of the best chest builders. Dips are insanely good for chest, providing an insane stretch and great stability. Also, these are great for your lower chest. Lean forward and take a wide stance and control your reps. Do 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. You may wonder why I didn't mention the middle chest. It is because every chest exercise hits the mid chest, so you don't need to isolate them. For your workout routine, you don't have those shredded abs because of that fat. Here's 4 mistakes that's stopping you. First, you're chugging on calories. Some liquid foods can be incredibly calorie dense and really easy to consume. High protein shakes with peanut butter or whole milk, avocados or chia seeds can pack more than 600 calories. Thick soups with meat bases and cream can be 300 calories or more per cup. Not only that, but they contain a decent amount of fat and not to mention how good they are. So, either cut these out of your diet or substitute ingredients. Just use protein powder instead of peanut butter, cornstarch to thicken soups instead of cream, and reduce oil in cooking. And your calorie intake could reduce by 300 to 400 calories, which equals to an hour of cardio. Second, you're not training your abs. Your abs are a muscle just like others, so you can grow them if you work them out. This helps your abs pop out more, making them more visible with the same amount of fat. Don't bother doing these ab burners as they barely train your core. Instead, do ab crunches, plank variations, leg raises, or rope crunches for your abs. Focus on your lower abs as they don't get hit by most exercises. Training abs won't give you a blockier waist, only obliques do. But obliques are hard to grow and are small, so they won't make much of a difference. Third, you're eating bricks and stones. Cheese contains 3 times the amount of calories in potatoes, and oil contains 8 times the amount of calories. These types of foods like oil, cheese, butter, fats are like rocks, weighing you down. You could eat more with a clean diet and lose more weight. Simply cutting out cheese, butter, and reducing oil can cut 3 to 400 calories a day, which is a significant change paired with the reduced liquid calories. Fourth, you're skipping cardio. Cardio is essential to lose fat, not because it burns insane amount of calories, but it makes a buffer. If you burn 200 calories a day, you can eat 200 calories more and break even, which is easier to do than to have not eaten that extra 200 calories. So it helps your mental state and boosts your cardiovascular health, which is all pros and no cons. That's it for this video. See you in the next one.